What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and Charles Prince Martin. Bad news, guys. According to Rick Glacier, a fight at hashtag Al Heyman / hashtag PBC tried to make an IBF eliminator between Deontay Wilder and Charles Martin has just fallen apart as Wilder demanded money not printable since Wilder was KO'd by Tyson Fury and lost his title. Another fine example of Wilder not being in reality since the loss. What do I say about this particular situation? It sucks for Wilder. Sucks for Charles Martin, but not really for Charles Martin. Because Charles Martin, he admitted he really didn't even want to fight Deontay Wilder anyway. He didn't even want to deal with, he said, I fucks with Wilder. So my people wanted this particular fight. So those same people were contacted by Team Wilder and said he demanded more money. And I look at this as, for one, we don't know how much the money he demanded was. This is not a confirmed thing. I know Rick Glacier has done, he's been a fairly decent source of information. But we don't know how much it was to fight Charles Martin. But this is what I have to ask you. I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to pretend to say, well, hey, yeah, what he asked for was unreasonable. We don't know what it is. Now, they said he was demanded money that's not printable since the Wilder KO. Now, that's a problem, since the Fury KO. Because he hasn't fought since then. He hasn't done anything to redeem himself. He's stayed in the hiding. He's been unlike himself. He doesn't talk the way he used to talk back in the day. I feel that he lost some energy from that loss. And I think that he just sits back to see the reaction of certain people and what they're going to do. And then I guess on those guys or those people's decision, he'll pick that side that's suitable for him. That's what I think that happened with Wilder. Saying all that to say this about a particular Charles Martin fight, he shouldn't need too much more to fight Charles Martin. And if he is looking at a Tyson Fury's fight, he's still thinking of yesteryear. He's still living in the past. He's still scorned. He's still mentally taken aback. Okay, that's what I get from that. If he demanded so much money, again, I don't know what it is, but then you don't see Charles Martin talking about it. You saw Deontay Wilder talking about money. And another thing, if that tells you that means maybe, just maybe, the mediation or the arbitration didn't go the way he thought it was going to go. Okay, you remember that. They had the mediation, where people agreed or it was optional to sit down or whatever regarding the pay. Okay, regarding the pay. So I think in this situation, Deontay Wilder, he is, if he's overpricing himself, you gotta wonder why, but I think why. I think he's expecting a certain money that he would have got from the mediation or the arbitration. So in his mind, he's thinking like, you know what? I want a certain amount of money because I haven't got over there. And here's the thing. Why would you compare Tyson Fury, an unbeaten guy, to Charles Martin, been beaten? That is not a champion. He's a former champion, but he's not a champion. Why would you compare those two? Would you expect the same type of money or similar money that a person, first of all, you fought 2 times on pay-per-view, right? And there's no guarantee this is going to be pay-per-view. And if it was, okay, they don't expect it to do those type of numbers. But again, we don't know the pay structure. We don't know anything about it, so I don't want to jump the gun. All I can do is imagine why Deontay Wilder wanted more money. But what did he actually want? Was it too much more? Was it unreasonable? We don't know none of that. So to be fair, We don't know if it was. The suckiest thing about that is you got two guys on the same platform, and these guys can't get a fight done. That just tells me, if we go and look at other situations like Terrence Crawford, if Terrence Crawford joined the PBC, there's no guarantee a guy like that was going to fight Errol Spence, the fight that everybody wants to see in the first place. Counterpunch. It doesn't even, we don't know what's going to happen with that. We don't know who Wilder's going to fight, but I can tell you this for Wilder, back to him, because this is what this is about. Wilder has to show himself worthy of the heavyweight division, because he spent a lot of time fighting people that wasn't worthy of the heavyweight division. And by the time he actually started either fighting or challenging people or communicating about fighting people like he did with Joshua and Tyson Fury, by that time, he's sitting there with this, Tyson Fury sitting there and with this dominance. Charles Martin, twice beaten. Wilder sitting there with this expectation. So you got Fury dominance, Charles Martin trying to move up to a certain level, and Deontay Wilder don't really respect the level that he's on. Look, first thing I read and I thought of when this came to mind was Wilder's looking for more money because Wilder didn't win his case. Period. That's what I thought of. Now, is it true? I'm not sure. But the question is, will we really even know that type of shit? Because again, there's a lot of not haves or some things that are not being talked about on Team Wilder, where every 2 or 3 days in the back before he lost, that's all you did was hear about him. Now you hear nothing at all from him, and now the next thing he goes and the next possible person that he could fight that could get him somewhat of his stripes or give him his stripes at all is somebody that used to be a champion named Charles Martin. If it's not Andy Ruiz, it could be Charles Martin. That was the next best fighter that's coming off a win. He's coming off a couple wins. He's with Manny Robles, and then all you want to do is shit this down the tube, talking about more money. You know, I mean, you can look at this a lot of ways. You can say, well, maybe Wilder don't want, he's expecting more money. That's why he doesn't really want to fight with Charles Martin, because he doesn't really know Charles Martin's skill set right now. Okay, he didn't know that. He had no idea what that man was capable of. So, I think that a lot of things could have transpired with this, but the question you have to ask yourself, who is Wilder going to fight? Because if he doesn't, he has to fight someone to redeem himself. Because if he sticks fighting guys like he's always been, he's always going to get the same shit. And you know what they say, if you want something you never had, you got to do something you never done. But there's another saying that goes without saying. If you're always going to get what you always had if you keep doing the same things. That's Deontay Wilder and the things he used to do as of yesteryear. But is that him presently? We don't know. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Deontay Wilder and Charles Martin fight canceled. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.